Hello BlueBrixx fans, welcome to my logistical nightmare, aka BlueBrixx Trains. Right, for a lot of you, you might know that we do a lot of trains here, as it is not, so uncommonly seen here, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trains, and a few other carriages here. BlueBrixx kind of started off with trains, really. So our earliest sets were trains, and they're still very, very wildly popular, especially with our German customers. And that's why I was wondering if you guys on the international side are also interesting, because we don't just have German trains, we go pretty much worldwide with our trains. Now, I will officially say I do not know a lot about trains, and I know even less about brick trains, but what I do know is that this track that I've got here is 8 wide, and most of our trains are also 8 wide. For anybody who doesn't know much about bricks, or just tuned in, 8 wide means it's 8 studs wide, which is, well, I currently don't have anything to show you, but you know what studs are, and there are 8 of them, and that's how wide the tracks are apart. Which means that all these trains, which are from very different eras, fit onto the track, apart from this one, but I'll get onto that one later as well. All right, we do tracks, lots of different tracks. We do corners, curves, we do train stations, anything really to make your, well, heart go wild if you love trains. Soon, and I think Joe and I discussed this in our announcements video, I think 2 months ago, we are bringing out a new big train station. I've seen it in our product developer's office already, and it looks fantastic. It also is 8 wide, and it fits all these trains very nicely, so that'll be very impressive when we get to do that. But until then, I've brought you a selection of various different trains. Let me start with this one here. This is a grey American train, quite visibly, quite typically American, with 2 carriages. I shall move it along. On this one here, you can see it's got a panoramic view, panoramic glass top. There's a famous Swiss train that has that as well, but American train has it here too. This comes with 2 carriages and an engine. And as you can see, they all run quite nicely on the tracks. Right, which train shall I do next? This one, for our international audience, you guys might not know it. This is what our modern regional trains look like. When I studied in Marburg, which is a little town north of here, there was one of these that went to the town where my cameraman grew up. And it's a little train, they're super comfortable, and they are diesel, so in Germany mostly they're electric, but this is a diesel train and it runs all the way to different smaller cities. These aren't used for big trains. Of course, this is only a minimal selection of all the trains we have. Please check them out on our shop and let me know which train you like the best, because I cannot simply show you them all here. The table isn't big enough. As you can see, it's already overflowing here. So this is a German medium distance train that's diesel, which is very uncommon for German trains, I'd say. But it's very comfortable to sit in. And I like seeing these because, I mean, I suppose it depends really what you like in bricks, but I like seeing bricks or things made out of bricks that I know myself, that I can relate to, that I've seen in real life before. And this very much is a train that I've sat in before, and I can tell you even exactly, I usually sit in this window here because it's the one with the best spot, and it has 3 seats, and it's very comfortable to see. So call me a train nerd if you like, from that perspective, that I like my specific spots. But yes, that's a German train. Another German train that we have up here is the V200. Now, by the time this video will be released, which should be in about 5 days from filming, we currently have a big sale on quite a few products, including that train, which is 30% off. It's a V200. It's a quite interesting old German train that looks very nice, also 8 wide and fits on the tracks. But it's the only engine. For example, now I'll see if I can move the V200 along with this old German train from the 70s. I hope that works. No, I think I might have derailed it. Anyway, so this is an old German train from the 70s. It was in service for 20 odd years, and it's a shame it's not in service anymore because it looks really cool in bricks and in real life as well. And as you can see, a very interesting color palette, and this comes with 2 carriages and 2 engines, which when I built this up, I actually had 4 carriages on it, so you can actually change it around however you'd like. But it looks very cool and just shows that we have lots of different eras of trains to fit any train lover's heart's desire. Anyway, I shall try and move the V200 back onto its track, which I am not quite managing, I can see. But it is on again, not, no. Anyway, so this is another American diesel train that we have. When I was in America, I saw lots of these, and they looked pretty cool, and seeing them brick built is also very nice because, well, who can really deny that colour? It's wonderful. I had a train simulator game as a child. Now, I must say, I seem to be outing myself as a train lover here, but I had one of these as a simulator, and I love driving this train because it's really, really cool. So then again, it's what I'm trying to get at with this video is we have a large scope of trains, 70s trains, American trains, German trains, new trains, old trains. And it's fantastic what we have. It's probably one of our largest selections, even surpassing medieval settings, pirates, or any of our other best-ofs. Now, as you can see that I've hooked on the V200 with the American train, our trains connect to each other with magnets, which work both ways, so it doesn't really matter which way it's on. But as you can see here, with the derailed train and the American train, they actually hook on with magnets, which is something that these trains up here do as well. But I'm really making a mess of derailing this train now, and I'm very sorry, but at least it shows the magnets sticking on. Maybe I've re-railed it again. Anyway, so this is what we have. Now, I've made a bit of space here. I'm going to make a bit more space here to show you our cargoes. Now, we have, like I said, these train cars are connected with magnets on here, and here we have a train cargo like this. I shall place them there. The magnets are these little things here that connect to, like, for example, this train car. So it doesn't really matter which train car you're connecting it to, but they all connect with magnets. So you have oil tankers, you have a small coal loader like this one here, and then you have a big coal loader like this one here. So you've got all sorts. This could be a train that transports cables or metal structures. Here you have a train car that can transport cars either on its way to sell them or in, I don't know, transporting it other ways. This, for example, is not done with a magnet. These two actually go together and are one set. And here you have the classic American cargo trains with a sliding door that are often seen in runaway films. So all sorts of different cargo that your heart desires, and these are also 8 wide and they fit on anywhere as well. Here is another very simple, very normal, well, load holding cargo car. So lots for you to explore, lots for you to discover. Just honestly, I can't say it more, just check out our shop, what we have. Anyway, now I was going to come onto this train, but I seem to have broken a part off it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, and I don't know where it came off. Anyway, we shall leave it here. That's somebody else's problem now. Because now, I shall actually move these so you can see what I'm talking about, which is one of our biggest sets that I haven't presented yet in Bigger is Better, which is a shame because it is impressive. Look at it. It is the V100. The train I derailed earlier is the V200. This is the V100, so that kind of thing makes me think that it's the predecessor. But it's big, and people love it. And you can take the top off here and look in. I shall see if I can move it so the top camera can see more. It is absolutely massive. Now, it's obviously big and red, and it looks very, very nice. I am impressed every time I walk past this in the archive, and now I've had a good excuse to show it in a video. So I'm glad that has come around now, because let's face it, it's a lovely train. It's really cool, and I seem to not be able to put the roof on properly. There we go. There, on again. Right. Now, the point with a display model is that you're not supposed to play around with it all the time, but you can take this panel off, and then, I don't know if you can take this panel off too. I kind of hope you can. And then the detail camera can look in and see the massive engine in there, because it's lovely to see the inner workings of this. And our designers don't just kind of brick it up with normal bricks. They think about it and put the inner workings of engines. They actually take a lot of care to put the inner workings of engines in. Now, I hope I can actually get this back on, like so, because it truly is impressive what you can see with these trains. I don't know if there's anything to open up here, because I can't see, but I think there is a door here and there that you can open up and see something in here. Let me just check it out, what it is. It is, the engine again. So more components of the train. So from 8 wide to 6 wide, to absolutely huge, massive display models, to tracks, to train stations. If it's to do with trains, we've most likely got it. Even some outlandish things like track cleaning trains, we have them as well. So just check it out, because, well, trains are BlueBrixx. It's our own little sub-make, we call it. It's Brixx with B-R-I-X, all in caps. And that's our train make. And as I hope this video has shown you, BlueBrixx Basics Best Of certainly cannot go without trains, because these are some of our best, coolest, most interesting, and, well, fan favorites. So that's why I wanted to show this to you. I hope you got a mild overview, because like I said, this is not even a fraction of what we have. Check it out. Let me know in the comments what your favorite trains are, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.